welcome back to my channel. My name is Lacey. If you are new, if you have been with me before, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day, week, month. So in today's video, we were going to do an outside garden tour, but I don't know if you can hear it. It's very windy and I like to talk to you guys in the moment and I don't want to do a voiceover, so we are going to do a tiny home tour instead. So if you are new and you don't know me, my name is Lacey. Hi, how are you? But I live in a tiny home, so it is actually a shed that we built into a home. So it is 388 square feet. It is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and it is awesome. So we are basically debt free. We pay just a very, very small amount on the land that we purchased. But the home and our vehicles and everything else we have is completely paid off. So we are working towards debt free. We may still purchase a home because a tiny home is still a tiny home. And although I don't consider myself a prepper anymore, I definitely like to have extra things. I would love a walk-in pantry somewhere to store extra bottles of water and things like that. And in a tiny home, that's not really doable. Now, I will show you a few space-saving hacks in my house that you guys might be able to learn a few tips and tricks from. If you're also in small space, I know I've lived in an apartment before when we were first married, and that also comes with its own struggles. And although it's not a tiny house, it still is about, 900 square feet at most. So I'm gonna take you in, I'm gonna turn you around and show you the outside, and then we'll go inside. It's also really, really hot today, so if you hear air conditioners come on, we do have window units. It was less expensive than putting in a central AC, and it actually works really, really well, and they're super effective and inexpensive to run. So that's why we have them, but they do create a little bit of noise, so just FYI. But let's get turned around, let's get started. I'll show you the outside of the house. Okay, so I'm sitting on my steps and this is what I see when I walk out. I am straight into my garden. That's not very far away at all. It's just a few steps. I really like this. This is kind of like a potager style, I guess is what you would call it. But I have a few things that are really easy to come out and grab. So all my herbs, tomatoes, things like that. I really wanted this space to be cute, and to me it's an extension of the house. So I'm going to turn you around and show you what the actual house looks like. Now, I will let you know that this is built, like we built this. So there are things that maybe you would do differently, or maybe, like you could customize this is what I'm getting at. So this is the exterior of the house. Everything on our property is black and white. All the outbuildings are. So that's the well house there. It's black and white. Behind us, we have a barn, and this is my hen house. So everything is black and white, even my parents' house. So I live on property with my parents. Their house is also black and white. So that was kind of the stipulation. They call me the HOA because I make sure that everything stays pretty outside. So here's the outside of the house. It has double barn doors. We like that because it's easy to get furniture in and out. It's skirted with corrugated metal. It's not, we just kind of put that up there this winter so that way the floor wouldn't be so cold. I have a couple little things that I'm going to change over time. Like I'd love to put a big a deck on here, something just a little more substantial. This works for now, and we did the garden this year as our outdoor project. I'm sorry if the wind is coming and making this really loud. We'll be inside in just a second. We also put this awning, and the awning was really, really essential because this is a shed, okay? So when they put this door in, the rain can kind of get through just one little crack, and so you'll see one drip of water coming down. When we put up the awning, that alleviated that. We have lights all the way around the house for security, which is good. So you can see in this eave, we have these lights here, and then I have a switch that controls this side and the other side. So this is really, really helpful. So if I needed to check on my dogs, which they live in this pen over here, not all the time, but there is a few things that I like, so we love cruising and we buy Mexican pottery. when we go into Mexico, and like, so you'll see little things like that all around the yard. I kept the yard my artistic space, so I have fun little things everywhere. I call this the boneyard because there's pig skulls and deer antlers and all kinds of stuff. Okay, but let's go inside. So that's the exterior. Inside, and I didn't clean up anything like real crazy. So, oh, I should have put my bottles away, but other than that. So when you walk in, this is what you see. So this is basically like I'm walking in, floor, and you can see those back doors. So I'm going to close this door behind me. This is my kitchen area, so it is on the left side of the house. There's a few things that if you've seen these tours before, you'll notice that are different. We have put up this shelving system. Now, this has been like a game changer for us. Let me see if I can move this curtain just a little bit and make it easier to see. So this holds all of my husband's shoes. This is the window unit I was telling you about. This is a Toshiba, and it really rocks. So what I'm able to do here is have a place for my printer. So my printer is there, and then all of my files. So like taxes, random records you need to keep, you know, stuff like that. Like when you're in a tiny house, there's no space for that kind of stuff. So I had to create it. So we put it in this spot where we used to have a chest freezer. So the upright freezer was here, and we moved it out into the back shed with my husband's stuff. This is my coffee station. I've really found this works super well for me here. Above this, I have my microwave, and then I keep books at the top. Again, you have to find creative uses for your space and your things. And then what I did was I took this utilitarian stuff, and then I put things that I like. So I like blue, I like the dishes, I like this is gorgeous. What is this? This is a cookie jar, and it looks like a cow. I got it in a boutique in Fredericksburg, Texas, and I love it. It's so pretty. And just like these brass lady bells, these are from the 1800s. They're so cute. I've been collecting these. I found this one at a Goodwill clearance center, so the Goodwill bins. And they're just little bells that look like ladies. And then I've been finding them in random spots ever since. This is another Mexican pottery piece. This is my mug. Isn't it beautiful? So colorful and gorgeous. Okay, so I love this spot. It has become a very, very useful spot. I put all kind, like my husband's hat is there because again, you know, you need a space for a thing like a hat even. Over here on my wall, I just like copper. I love copper and brass and pewter, just metal things. So I put these copper pans up here. I try to find ones that look interesting to me. So I love that duck up there. I have some brass ones that are super, super cool too. This is another thing that I feel like you have to have if you're going tiny. This pantry is huge. It's so, so deep. You can see back here, it's just as deep as my kitchen sink. And it is really, really great. It's where I keep all the food. So all the food goes in here. And I even have room for the air fryer. These are where I keep my dishes. So I have lots of pots and pans in here, and I stack them up. And then in here are the regular everyday dishes, just the cups and plates and mugs and things like that. And I love my mugs. So even in a tiny house, I had to keep my mugs. This is another thing we added in this window above the sink that was not there to begin with. And I feel like it makes a huge difference because it's just really nice. I can look out and I can, you know, get an eye on my car. Is everything good? Check on the girls. And you have something to look at when you're doing your dishes. Here's another cool find for if you're living in a tiny house or small living. This is where I keep my coffee pods. So I just put them in here and they snap right away. This is my snack cabinet is what I call it. It's where I keep all the protein bars and stuff. This here is where I keep all of the like larger cups and cups and pitchers and things like that. This is an apartment size stove. It's very, very old. It's actually not in as good a condition as I would have hoped it would have been. We bought it off of Facebook Marketplace, and it looks different than what it was just not as advertised, but I was already there and I needed it, so I grabbed it. So we'll probably be getting another stove over time, but for now it works. It's just a little rusty. This is where I keep all of my like stuff that I'm gonna grab. So my seasonings. Now I have a lot more in this cabinet, but it's very unorganized. But these are the ones that I grab for pretty frequently. So I got my red wine vinegar, my oils, salts, and anyways. And I love this little lamp. Isn't it cute? I just got it. It has little angel babies. But this makes a really nice little night light there. I love a kitchen lamp. That's just a Hobby Lobby piece. And then the thing that we did finally finish was we got this range hood cover finished, and it is gorgeous. My husband did such a good job putting that together and making this look like a really cohesive space. I'm super happy with it. We did have to go ahead and get a new fridge as well this year. Our old fridge, again, we got it off of Facebook Marketplace, and it was an older fridge. It was also almond colored. They thought it was white, but you know, like there's a big difference. So like, I don't know if you can see, this is more almond, that's white. So I wanted everything white in here, but the fridge went out. So we have that. And then these are some copper canisters that I found at the Goodwill, and I use them for like dog treats and seeds. Here is another piece that we got in Cozumel. I think it says it, Cozumel. And I keep that up there. It looks really pretty to me. It adds that blue. So in my house, I have touches of blue, just like outside. I feel like it's the way I keep things cohesive. I just have these Hobby Lobby wreaths up on these doors. I feel like that dresses them up a little bit. This was one of my space-saving solutions again. So it is this just hanging wall shelf with hooks. But what I do is I hang all of my coats and blankets. So I actually have blankets on here, coats, I have an apron. This keeps everything up off the ground. So that's super, super useful. And I just have a Hobby Lobby painting and my change jar up there. This here, let me take you back so you can see it. This is my armoire. And it's actually my closet. So I put our extra blankets up on the top. I feel like it makes it look cozy with the blankets on top. I don't know, maybe that's in my mind, but I feel like it does. And I love it. It is like an 80s vintage Art Deco inspired armoire, but it's actually like a designer piece. So it's it's like a really good find that I found in a thrift store in Luling, Texas. So I paid $80 for it, and I think they run for like $800. So hey, good deal, right? This clock, I've had it forever. It's from the At Home store. This is my entertainment center. It's actually a buffet. We cut a hole in the back. The back is not wood. The back is like it's supposed to be hidden. So we just cut a hole, and the PlayStation and things like that are in there. So you actually don't have to keep the doors open at all for it to work. So just keeps it closed, and it holds all my things I don't want to see. So this side has art supplies. This side has like DVDs and games and the system. Over here, my kitty cat, but this is his chair so he can look out the window. It's also extra seating. It's super, super easy to clean. It's blue. It's like a velvety style material. You can get this off of homedepot.com. And the cowhide blanket is Temu. These two pieces I absolutely adore. I feel like they balance out the armoire on the other side so that you get like a really balanced look when you look at my living room. Especially because like the TV is so huge and the electric fireplace is so huge. So you kind of have to have big things on either side so that it looks right. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, in my mind. So I love those pieces. Those were from Tractor Supply, and they actually started off closer to this like white-ish color here. But these used to hang outside on my old house next to my chicken coop so that they had some art in their coop. And they kind of rusted, and I think they look better now than they even did when I got them. On top of the buffet, this is a little thing where you can like collect change or money, and like by the end of it you have $2,000. So it's just like, it's like a little bank. It's cute. This is a picture I found at a garage sale, and I use that to water my nerve plant here. I've had that for a little while. I'm not super great with houseplants, so fingers crossed, because this one is doing so well. And it's actually in this little pot, but it is set into this larger pot. It likes to be in a small pot, I read. So I left it in its original pot and put it in this one that I got at the Goodwill bins. This is something I recently purchased again at a garage sale. And I just have this Michael's candle in there. It's a sunflower one, and it's really good. This is another one of my favorite pieces in my house. Again, I love little tiny lamps. This is bigger than the other lamp, but it's not very big at all. And it's vintage milk glass and brass. So I don't know if you can see that, but it is just a stunning piece. Stunning piece. And that is a Dollar General lampshade, linen. It's really, really pretty. And so in my bedroom, this is what it looks like. And I'm not going to show too much of this because this is kind of like my husband's space. He loves this cow picture. We got that at Hobby Lobby. This is his closet. So you can see he has space to put stuff up at the top. This is his hanging clothes, and this is his like dresser. So it's just a cubby system, but it fits perfectly inset and in line with the wall here, so that he has all of the space here to walk to his side of bed. And I think the video is a little deceiving because we walk in this room just fine. We used to have a king-size bed in here. We have downsized to this queen-size bed. This is an Amazon bed, and I am really happy with it. We, again, have a window unit in here. We have a safe, and on the wall is a hanging system for all his man toys. Over here is a piece of artwork. And over here are some artwork as well. Again, these are things that he loves. This is his space. I really just sleep in my bedroom, so it doesn't bother me that it doesn't look feminine or super, you know, pretty. You know what I mean? It's fun. He has, you know, he has his space. I have the rest of the house that I can decorate however I want. And actually, when we get our big house, a lot of this stuff is going to be in the den. Because we are country people, you know, so like this is pretty to me. It doesn't bother me. But I'm super excited for the big house if we ever get one, and however that happens, or if we build one, I don't know. But I'm always saying the big house, so you might hear me throughout the video mention the big house. It's not in the works necessarily, but we would like it to be. Here is a look from this side of the house towards the front. I painted the doors this like kind of neutrally, ooh, I hit the wall. I painted them this neutrally blue color, and I feel like it really pops with the rest of the blue accents. So it's a lot of like beige and white and earth tones and blue. And then also I have this, so when you come in, you see the couch, right? And then I have this behind the couch. This is really where the majority of my workspace is. So, and I have all my supplements here, and this is my cats drink out of this mug. But this is the island that I built. I bought it off of Amazon. It was super simple, but it becomes a functional piece, and it kind of grounds the space. Then there's plenty of room, like I said, to walk through here. You're not bumping into anything. This is where I keep my excess water and stuff. I just kind of set it here. So no, it's not the most aesthetic. I could put them in the fridge, but we like kind of like room temperature water. So maybe we're weird. In the bathroom now, before we go in, I want to tell you that the floor is pulled up. We had the washer overflowed, and it destroyed the floor in my bathroom because I didn't know it overflowed, and so it sat on there. So I'm going to show you a bathroom with no floor. And the washer and the pantry are like kind of pulled out because of it. So we had fans on it and everything, and there actually is still a fan on it. This has been 2 weeks ago. We just have not had the time to get in here. So in the tiny house, the main thing is we have all of the amenities of a normal house, right? So tiny doesn't mean that you're skimping out on the things you need. I'm not going outside for an outhouse, and I am not spending the money when we live 30 minutes away from town at the closest to get to the laundromat and then pay for my washer and dryer. So we have a stackable unit, which has done us amazing, except for when it overflowed, but it was just a fluke. The hose came detached and basically was pouring water for 30 minutes into the house. It was a mess. So you can see where the floor ends. Now, what's good is I actually have boxes of flooring under my bed to repair this. So all I need to do is get some more underlayment, and then we'll put the flooring back down. But it's this continuation of this brown barnwood floor. The things that I have in the bathroom kind of make it like a garage. So I have, and again, this is not an organized space, but like that's all the animal stuff. This is like batteries and extra candles and medicines and tissues and all kinds of stuff. So again, this is not a super clean, organized space. Or it's not an organized space, but it's clean. It is a bathroom. This is my extra toilet paper, all that stuff. I have a cat box in here because we have cats. This is my toilet paper holder. Over on this side, I bought this. This is where I keep all of like our hair products and blow dryers and razors and things like that. And then, of course, this is our everyday stuff, extra baskets. Everywhere you look in this place, in this particular space, is going to be very utilitarian. I still like things to look pretty, but realistically, this has to be utilitarian. So, like, this to me is pretty, but it's still useful because I hang all the towels there. This to me is pretty. It's a vintage milk crate, but I still keep all my everyday cleaners and the rags up there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I got my pretty dish, but it holds my jewelry. I got these pretty curtains, but they had to be there anyways. And then I love my shower curtain, and my shower has the gray tile. So this is a very, very simple space, and it's actually kind of hot in here because it's the only room that is not air conditioned. But who needs an air conditioner in a bathroom, am I right? But anyways, I wanted to share this with you guys if somebody was curious. So this is 388 square feet. This was built, realistically, the whole build, like, to make it livable, this was about 6 months, maybe. We lived in it much sooner than that, but, like, for the walls and the trim to be up and things like that, it definitely would have taken 6 months. We have spent some extra time just kind of doing it because it became weekend work, because we got out here, we started living in it, and then there's things that you have to wait to do as you go. So yeah, this is the tiny house. Okay, so tell me what you think. Would you live in the tiny house? What would you do? What would you do differently? Are you interested in being debt-free? Would you skimp on space to have freedom? Because that's kind of what it came down to for us to live this way. So, all right, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.